Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all having a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We got some things that we currently need to discuss going on in the boxing world. If y'all can hit the like button as soon as y'all come in, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? Let's get the algorithm on the up so that people know that Mazuma TV is live. Shout out to everybody that's in the building already. I'm highly appreciative of y'all. We're going to talk about what's next for Keyshawn Davis, coming off a phenomenal stoppage win over Dennis Baranchek, becoming the new WBO lightweight champion of the world. And we're going to talk about some clips that I just seen surface from interviews from Gervonta Davis, episodes from Gervonta Davis. And we're really going to dig into the psyche of Gervonta Davis and why he's been moving the way that he's been moving. Because like I say on the channel all the time, if you let somebody talk long enough, they'll reveal exactly what's on their mind. They will stream whatever is on their consciousness. You see what I'm saying? So we definitely going to dig into that. Probably going to get in our psychology bag a little bit. But regardless, that's what we're here for today. And, of course, after we're done with the topics, we will get into some open boxing topics or just topics in general, man. You know, sometimes I like to branch off from boxing and talk about some real life shit or maybe even some funny shit, man. But I already see that we got these post notifications. They out here. First minute in, we got 16 people. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in so far. You see what I'm saying? Let's go look at the comments. My boy Coffee Plant said, Mazuma take fans crying reading the title. I mean, the truth hurts. You feel what I'm saying? But, I haven't even gotten into the topic yet. People don't know what I'm about to say. But, by the title, I guess they can see the idea of where I'm going to be going. So, it is what it is. I'm not here to appease everybody. It's either you rock with the channel or you don't. You feel what I'm saying? Go get the money. What up? East Side Easy. What's going on, brother? Lorenzo, Slime, Jordan Rules. What up, baby? JA05. He says Abdullah Mason is better than all these niggas. He just need more experience. Well, I'm going to say he got a lot of tools in the toolbox. He's looking like the goods. You see what I mean? And he's rising to the occasion each and every time they rise up his competition. So I see exactly what you're saying. I like that you have belief in Abdullah Mason. But like I say on the channel, I got to see it to believe it. But I got a lot of praise comes from me when speaking on Abdullah Mason. I think that he's a champion in the making. I think he's a diamond in the rough over at Top Rank. And if I'm Top Rank, man, I'm making sure that kid got whatever he need. I'm over here trying. I'm putting everything behind Abdullah Mason if I'm his promoter. You see what I'm saying? Because that kid has infinite potential. Infinite potential. You see what I'm saying? Like he has a little bit of everything, cuz like he looks like a generational fighter just off of the eye test. You see what I mean? Hopefully he stays focused, he stays in tune with his family, and he doesn't have any distractions in front of him because it's easy to get distracted. You know what I mean? When you're a young kid like Abdullah Mason, who's getting a lot of attention, as the new hot kid on the scene, pause and shit like that. So I like that you believe in Abdullah Mason. I see exactly what you see. But I do agree with you in that second phase of your sentence in terms of him needing more experience. He definitely needs more experience. They building him and he's shaping up really well. You see what I'm saying? So Abdullah Mason is phenomenal. I agree with you, my brother. Yasir Ali, he says, you see knockout defend Tank. Well, obviously he has some type of agenda to defend Tank. I don't know exactly what it is, and I don't understand why a lot of men be moving in this way. It seems like that I feel like that's a feminine trait. No disrespect to knockout. I don't know him personally, but it's almost like, when your mom, when that one mom defend her little badass kid, no matter what she do, or that grandma that always defend that little spoiled ass cousin you got. You feel what I mean? It always seems it's like, oh, don't touch him. Oh, no. Like, no matter what they do, you know what I'm saying? They always run to that person's defense. And, when I be looking at niggas that be defending nut shit all the time, like, they enablers, they some suck-ass niggas, bro. Like, they don't have their own, they don't hold niggas accountable. Like, they the type to have kids, and them kids gonna step all over them and shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, these niggas is suckers, bro. I would never condone sucker shit. I don't give a fuck who it came from. It could come from my father. It could come from my mother. It could come from my son. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You're going to be held accountable on my watch. And I expect you to do the same for me. But it's like a lot of niggas nowadays, bro, they just want the motherfucker to be right all the time. Or they always want to shoot a nigga some bail or give him the benefit of the doubt. And if that's your nigga, that's your prerogative. But at the same time, enough is enough, bro. Enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Coffee Player said he ready for Tank and Shakur. He should feel like that. He should feel like that. I remember when Boots was on the come up saying he was ready for Bud and Earl. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that mentality when you on the come up. I remember Floyd on the come up was calling out Prince Nassim, Shea Mosley, De La Hoya, Freetez. He was calling out everybody. This is nothing unusual. And we see Xander Zayas calling out Sebastian Fundora. You know, he calling out the champions. Virgil Ortiz. This is not uncommon. People that this is very typical. You feel what I'm saying? But let's get, since we speaking on, the top ranked card that had happened on Friday night. First of all, it was a good night of boxing. You see what I'm saying? Good night of boxing. We got to see Abdullah Mason do his thing. Jared Anderson did not look impressive at all. It looked like he didn't want to be there, in all honesty. You know what I mean? And he might be telling the truth. Maybe he just is in boxing for the bread. You see what I mean? Because that did not look like a motivated fighter. He just looked like he was there. You know what I mean? He looked like he just wanted to get it over with. You see what I mean? And when your motivation is strictly money, you know what I mean? Once you get the money, you only go but so far from a motivational aspect. It's hard to continue pushing once you get exactly what you want, which is money. You know, based off of what I've seen from all-time great fighters, they were driven by things greater than money, legacy, competition, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, Jared got to find it in him. If he wants to continue boxing and performing at a high level and winning these big fights, he has to find something within him that's, willing to push him to the limit in the boxing sense. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's a phenomenal talent. Jared Anderson can rumble, cuz. Athletic, fast. He got power too. You know what I'm saying? Good combination punching. He got a little bit of everything. You feel what I'm saying? So, it sucks to see him, pretty much be burnt out from the sport. Because I'm sure there was a point in time where he was, optimistic about, boxing. And, maybe his interests change over time. I remember I was a fanatic. Bro, I loved basketball. I loved basketball growing up. You know what I mean? I got out of that phase. Baseball was interesting to me. I got out of that phase. You see what I'm saying? Like, people grow and develop over time and their interests change. Maybe that's what happened with Jared. Yeah, I met Jared Anderson. Yeah, cool dude. He signed one of my gloves. He signed the same glove that I got Boots autograph on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he looked bored in the ring. Yeah, like it's, them type of situations. And Jared got hurt at the last moments of that last round because a dude started letting his hands go. He clipped Jared with something, and Jared was on the ropes looking defenseless. You see what I'm saying? He got saved by the bell, but just very, very underwhelming performance from Jared. I wasn't feeling that at all. But let's focus in. Did I ask him some questions? No, I didn't really talk to him. I just went up to him. I was like, "Yo, can y'all guys sign my glove or whatever?" And Boots and Jared was like, "Yeah," because they was together. Because I think at one point in time, Jared was looking to train with Bozy, so he was in Philly for a little bit. So he came through to the fights with Boots, and they signed the gloves. And I was like, "Yo, can y'all take a picture with the glove?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And they took the picture, and that was it. You know what I mean? I was focused in on my pros. You know what I'm saying? Because they was fighting. We had 3 pros that night. So I'll just focus on that. But real quick, I went and got it because I knew it was about to be in and out. Dawu says, then why can't Tank be tired of fighting? Why does it have to be a fear of losing? This is Dawu's question right here. He said, then why can't Tank be tired of fighting? I never said that Tank shouldn't be. I never said that Tank wasn't tired of fighting or it was wrong for him thinking that way. What I'm saying is Gervonta Davis is at the top of the game right now. And way before he was talking about retiring and things of that nature. Hold on. What's going on? Way before he was contemplating retirement, you know what I'm saying? When he was enthusiastic about the sport, all of that, we was calling for him to make these big fights happen. but he has not been optimistic in making these fights happen. And, you know, he's done everything to avoid these fights. You know, was he talking about retirement at 130? We asked him to fight Tevin Farmer. We asked him to fight even Gary Russell at the time, who was on the PBC side. You know, we had asked him to fight several Lomachenko. We asked him to fight several people. I don't know if I said Lomachenko already, but you get what I'm saying. There was a lot of opponents that he may have very possibly could have beaten at the time. So we requested those fights. We didn't get those fights. Then he was at 35. He beating guys like Rolly. He beating Isaac Cruz. He beating Hector Luis Garcia. He was never talking about retirement at that time. We asked for him to fight the other guys in the division who were elite at the top of the weight. Devin Haney, who was at 35 at the time. Shakur Stevenson, who went and got a title in his first fight at 35. You know, we asked him to fight. Even when Teofimo was around, they called for that fight. You know, they also called for the Ryan fight, but Ryan wasn't really – he was a popular fighter, but he wasn't a top 35, in my opinion. Because for me, for you to be, you know, a top 35, you need to have a world title. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Ryan never had a world title. Ryan was Devin mandatory at one point at 135, and he still didn't take on the fight. A lot of people don't talk about that, but that's the reality. So I'm not saying that Tank can't be tired of fighting, because, you know, everybody gets to that point. And maybe Tank just had it. Maybe he burnt out just like Jared is. But what I'm telling you is, let's not act like, you know what I'm saying, the reason why he's not fighting these top guys is because he's tired of fighting. No. He just expressed in the Lamont Roach first press conference that he was considering retiring. Prior to that, he never spoke on retirement. You see what I'm saying? And we requested these fights, and he never gave them to us. And the reason why I'm saying a fear of losing, because he said it out of his own mouth. And I got the videos and the timestamps right here to prove my point. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to provide the videos once we get to that topic. But at first, I want to address what's next for Keyshawn Davis, who is a new champion at 135 pounds, and has also expressed interest in facing Gervonta Davis. He said there's 2 other champions in the division that he wants to face. In reality, there's 3 champions, but he made it clear he will never fight Shakur Stevenson, right? All right, cool. We wanted that fight. They don't want to give it to us. It is what it is. That's a lot of fights that haven't been given to us. We pretty much jaded at this point. You know what I'm saying? We shit, boxing fans used to not getting what they want. So it is what it is, right? And Anonymous, listen, I understand that, you know, talking about Tank at this point in time can be frustrating and things of that nature, but it's something that I need to address, because every time I look on my comment section or I'm looking at, you know, other videos, I'm seeing people spreading lies. You know what I'm saying? Trying to push certain narratives about Gervonta Davis that is not true and can be easily disproved with his own words. So we're going to get into that, and we going to keep pushing the truth. And as a content creator, sometimes we got to talk about shit that we don't want to talk about. Part of being a content creator, in my eyes, is exposing the truth and just keep and being as objective as possible. That's what I'm here for. You see what I'm saying? My boy Marky Dan said, if Tank and Anonymous, I feel you 1,000%. Me and you seeing eye to eye, but you know what I'm saying? I got to hold motherfuckers accountable, bro. That's what I've been saying since day one. Marky Dan, the historian, he says if Tank retire without fighting Keyshawn or Shakur, I'm frying the fuck out of him. If he do that whole shit and retire, we should never talk about that nigga again. On some real shit, bro, I'm with you 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? But because Gervonta Davis is the star that he is, you know, people going to find a way to talk about him all the time. And Gervonta had the nerve. Did y'all see this interview? Did y'all see this interview that Gervonta Davis did with Little Yachty, where he says that where he come from, he feel like he on the same level? They asked him like what his legacy was. What do you feel like your legacy is? And he was like, yeah, man, boxing so up and down. He brought up something that was completely irrelevant to the question. He said boxing so up and down. You know, Devin, there was like 3 undisputed champions at lightweight, which it wasn't. It was only 2, Kambosos and Dev, and you know, so far. And no, not even Kambosos. I'm sorry. It was just Dev. We had 2 unified champions, T.O., Kambosos. Devin became undisputed. So it was only 1 undisputed champion at lightweight. My correction, my fault. So He said that then, and it was completely irrelevant. He keep on talking about how these titles keep getting tossed around. They can't even keep the belts for a few months. And Devin was undisputed that he lost to Ryan Garcia and he beat Ryan Garcia, so people not giving him credit. First of all, totally different situations. When you face Ryan Garcia, you put a fucking rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia for one. You know what I'm saying? He clearly was dead at the 135-pound limit. He couldn't rehydrate, all that good shit. You took advantage of him because you knew that if he put on that extra weight, that could be at your disadvantage. And you don't want to be taking them type of chances. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what happened with that. Devin Haney went up against a Ryan Garcia that was on performance enhancement drugs, came in overweight, using illegal IVs, and everything that you could necessarily think of. You see what I mean? You didn't go up against that. You didn't go up against that because if you went up against a Ryan Garcia and there was no rehydration clause, so Ryan Garcia blew up. He was way bigger than Devin Haney, and Devin is typically the bigger man in the ring in comparison to his opposition. But regardless, you would have went up against those same tribulations. Who knows if you would have came out on top? If we being honest, you know what I'm saying? So Tank said that. And then what was it that he said? He said he felt like his leg, because of where he come from, and because of who he is and where he come from, he feel like he on the level of Floyd and the Sugar Ray Leonards. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? You ain't nowhere near. Talking about, I guess, like the people love him, like where he come from. People love him and they praise him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he considered his legacy. And he feel like he on the level of a Floyd or a Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, all right, bro. All right, bro. If that's how you feel, if you feel like that's what your legacy is, that's how you know his legacy ain't shit. Because he got to talk about how the way people feel about him back home. How about what you accomplished, nigga? How about what you accomplished and who you beat? Because all the legends that I see, when they talk about their legacy, they talk about the big fights that they had. You ask Lennox Lewis, he talking about the Mike Tyson fight. He talking about the motherfucking He talking about the David Tua fight. He talking about the Razor Reddick fight. He talking about all them big fights that made him. Even the fights he lost and came back and won. That's what, when you ask these legends, they talking about the big shit they did in their career. Tank talking about how motherfuckers perceive him in his hood. What the fuck? That's your legacy? You driving by, niggas be like, oh, yo, that's Tank, man. Yo, Tank was a monster, dog. Like, that's your legacy? Ain't not about who you beat, what divisions you conquered. It ain't about none of that. All right. It is what it is. Shout out to the 37 people that's in the building, man. Y'all hit the likes. We in here. We charged up, baby. I'm off from work tomorrow. It's motherfucking President's Day. I don't give a fuck about them crackers, but it is what it is. I'm going to take the day off. It's a federal holiday. Shout out to them crackers for giving me a day off. You know what I mean? We're going to be in the gym anyway, perfecting our craft. You know what I mean? Getting the motherfucking wins, actually doing some legacy-defining shit. Let's get into a brief intermission because I want to announce something. That I've just done. And I haven't done it in a while, so I'm going to share the screen for y'all to see. And we got 31 people in here. You know what I'm saying? We got 31 people in here, so I want to see exactly who gonna support this. You see what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of people that fuck with the nation. You know what I mean? I got a lot of people that fuck with the YouTube channel. So look, man, Mazuma merch. We got some new merch up on the website. You feel what I'm saying? I got on my Roy Jones Jr. shit, put the rooster on the Mazuma Nation, John. You know what I'm saying? El Gallo. You feel what I mean? And let me show you guys. Let me show you guys the merch. You feel what I mean? This is one of the hoodies. You know what I mean? You got the small logo in the front. Then on the back, you got the big logo, Mazuma Nation. And then on the bottom, it says Courage Make Legends, which is one of my quotes. And I got them in different colorways, man. A lot of people like the white hoodie. You know, I already got somebody buying the white one. I got them in all different colors. That's just the hoodies. We also got sweatshirts, long sleeve. You feel what I'm saying? We got it all right here. 2 new designs. And then we also got Mazuma. Look, if y'all motherfuckers want to buy a die cut sticker for $8, that's available as well. You see what I'm saying? T-shirts. This is the Mazuma Nation. Courage Make Legends on the front. And then on the back, we got Courage Makes Legends. Also looks really good in the white as well. You know what I'm saying? So if any of y'all, anybody that's tuned in right now, y'all can see the top right here. Use the promo code Mazuma TV at checkout for 10% off of your order, man. You see what I mean? So let's check it out. Let's check it out, man. Y'all want to if y'all want to support the brand, I mean, y'all really fuck with the channel. Get you a hoodie, get you a sticker, get you a long sleeve, get you a hoodie. I already said hoodie. I'm sorry. Get you a t-shirt, get you a hoodie, get you a sweatshirt, get you a long sleeve shirt. The stickers, shit. I even got coffee mugs on the motherfucker, and of course, I got the older merch on there as well. You see what I mean? So this is what I got going on here, man. If y'all want to support the channel, this is my training camp shirts that went that did a lot of sales. Did a lot of sales. That's still available on there. You know, we got the Mazuma boxing hats. I have one of them as well. Very comfortable hat. And we got the pugilistic club. So for those of y'all who are, you know, this is the boxing team. You know, a lot of my boxing team got this shirt already. I'm gonna be real quick, y'all. And this is the pugilist club right here. You see what I mean? And on the back, it says, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. You know what I'm saying? So this is the merch that I got up right here, man. That's my intermission. That's my commercial. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, man. Let's get back to the boxing talk. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. No, it ain't no goddamn turkey coffee plant. That's a motherfucking black rooster. You know what I'm saying? For my Puerto Ricans out there, y'all already know what the roosters represent. You feel what I mean? They certified killers. You feel what I mean? That is a rooster, my brother. Let's not play around. But anyways, yeah, man. That quote came from like a general, like an army general or some shit. And I thought that quote was so fire. You see what I mean? So I had to put that on the shirt. And those sold pretty well too, man. I've had a lot of success with Mazuma merch. You see what I mean? So, but I've been slacking off of it. I ain't gonna lie, just caught up in, you know, real boxing shit. You know, the YouTube channel I've been putting a lot of time into. And it's hard to be like, it's hard to stay creative with merchandise and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? I try my best. But anyways, let's get into the Gervonta Davis segment of the show that y'all. Oh, I didn't even get into Keyshawn Davis. Essentially, look, man, Keyshawn Davis had a phenomenal performance against Dennis Barichek. Barichek tried to make it ugly, was swarming Keyshawn and trying to smother him and trying to frustrate him. Keyshawn looked like he had a little bit of trouble at first, you know, dealing with the speed of Barichek and, you know, just like the awkward in and out movement and stuff like that. But, you know, he listened to his corner. He stayed relaxed. And they told him to start going to the body. And Barichek got hit. He doubled up downstairs. Keyshawn ripped the right hook to the body, and they came around with the left hook to the body. Barichek did not see that left hook. You know what I'm saying? Because he was leaning forward, pretty much trying to be in Keyshawn's chest. He didn't see the shot come around the side, fucking hit him on the liver. And he did not want to get up, man. As soon as it hit 10, he got up. But, you know, for that time frame where he had the opportunity to get up, he chose not to. So he essentially quit. You know what I'm saying? He did the same shit Ryan did when he got hit by Tank. You know what I mean? As soon as, you know, stood down, act like they couldn't get up, and then all of a sudden, you know, once the 10 hits, you know what I mean, their legs was back to life. You feel me? So what happened with Greg Hackett? I mean, he lost to Brian Norman. I had it either, bro, on some real shit, bro, like really watching the fight. I thought Greg Hackett had the cleaner work, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I thought, you know, when they was on the inside, he was touching the body. He showed faster combinations. Brian Norman was strong and bigger and stuff like that, but I didn't really see him. When he was pumping the jab, Brian Norman was doing all right. But, you know, I felt like Greg smothered a lot of Brian Norman's work. Brian Norman couldn't really land no clean shots on Greg, but I seen Greg really boxing in there. Like, Greg was doing a little bit of everything. Boxing from the outside, you know, shooting the check hook, you know what I'm saying? Banging the body, coming up top. Like, I thought Greg had the cleaner work. You know what I mean? So, worst case scenario, they could have gave it a draw. You know what I'm saying? Could have gave it a draw. But, like, on some real shit, like, if anybody edged it, I thought Greg would have got it. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Greg knew what he was stepping into, going into that man's hometown to fight him. You know what I mean? I saw one judge give Norman every round 60-54. Really? Wow. But worst case scenario, I thought it was a draw, but they give it to Brian Norman, so it is what it is. That was a good $6. That was a good $6 I spent. They took forever to put the motherfucking stream up. They said 8 o'clock. They ain't put nothing on until almost 10:30. But I got to see the fight that I wanted to see, so it is what it is. You feel what I mean? But what's next for Keyshawn Davis, man? Keyshawn Davis got some pretty good options. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit that's, in the process of being made. But, if everything goes well, it seems like good fight, but Norman won. Respect to both. I mean, yeah, that's the reality. He won. You know what I mean? So, but at least, it didn't go to the streets. You feel what I mean? And, they settled it like men in the ring. Seemed like they on better terms than they was previously. So, I guess it worked out for the best. But Keyshawn Davis. What's next for him? Shakur Stevens is not an option, obviously. They got some things in the works right now with Raymond Mordetaya about to face Abdullah for the IBF interim. Keyshawn could sit back and wait for that fight to happen and then, call out the winner or possibly hit up Top Rank and see if he could get the opportunity. I don't know exactly what the status is with Lomachenko and when he'll be cleared to fight or whatever whatever his situation is. I don't know. The nigga said he ain't want to fight. Then apparently he got a back injury. He got to be cleared by a doctor. And if not, he'll retire. But, if Lomachenko gets back in the mix, you know what I'm saying? A unification fight with Keyshawn will make the most sense. Top Rank loves to do Top Rank loves to do their unification fights, especially if it's in-house. So why not? You see what I mean? So he got some options. He could face the Mordetaya Abdullah winner. If Lomachenko pops back out, that'll be a good fight. Who's the other champion in the division? Gervonta Davis. Let's see who Gervonta Davis is going to call out. He said he's going to call somebody out he said he's going to call out somebody for the first time. That could be Cap, but he said that's what he's going to do. And he's not too far off from being a world champion. And now Keyshawn Davis is a world champion. So maybe he's talking about Keyshawn. Who knows? But Tank and his team reached out to Top Rank to make a fight happen with Lomachenko. So he could reach out to Top Rank and try to make a fight happen with Keyshawn Davis. Let's see what happens. He has a lot of options, but I like what Keyshawn's been doing lately, man. He's been putting on some good performances and been showing out, and he's progressing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Marlon2631 says, I don't know why people cry when Tank get caught out. He's on the throne. Fighters want to take it. Yeah, it's like Tank fans get offended when a fighter wants to fight him and then list every reason why that person's not worthy. Well, based off of that logic, who the fuck is worthy then? So Keyshawn could call out Gervonta Davis, right? They'd be like, oh, man, Keyshawn not ready, man. Keyshawn, but what does Keyshawn bring, bro? This is literally what I see on Twitter all the time. Y'all say that, but then whenever Tank announces a bullshit opponent, y'all name all the reasons in the world why that person is worthy. So Lamont Roach, champion at 130. All right, cool. Much respect to him. But, how is he more worthy than a Shakur Stevenson? We done brought up this point multiple times. How is Lamont Roach more worthy than a Keyshawn Davis? It's not like he got much more accolades than Keyshawn Davis. They both fucking champions. But the difference is Keyshawn is a champion in the division that Tank is currently in. Lamont had to move up. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. Twitter boxing is extremely toxic, bro. Watch Loma fight Keyshawn next, but he can't fight Tank. Don't speak too soon, Pagai. Don't speak too soon. We gotta let shit unravel before we make that assumption. Maybe Loma will come back and he probably spin the block on Tank because there's gonna be more money in facing Tank anyway. So let's not speak too soon. Let's see what Loma do. Loma might just retire. He don't look like he's too optimistic about boxing. So we'll see. Agent 007 says, rumor is Abdullah is fighting Giovanni Cabrera in his first 10-rounder. Yeah, I saw that rumor too. And if that's the fight to be made, then that's a good step-up fight for Abdullah Mason. I think he's very capable of beating Giovanni Cabrera as well. Giovanni's, he's a formidable opponent. You know what I'm saying? Giovanni done been around the block at this point, so he's not terrible. I'm not really a fan of his style. Not really a fan of his style at all. But he could rumble. He could rumble. So we'll see. And he got a pretty good record. I'm pulling up his record right now. He's 22-2. And, he got stopped in his last fight by William Cepeda. I remember that fight. He lost to split the Eastside Cruz, and I remember Eastside Cruz did everything in his power to try to stop Giovanni Cabrera. Couldn't really do anything with him, bro. So let's say Abdullah Mesa was to fight Giovanni Cabrera, and let's say he stops Giovanni Cabrera. All right, now his name is going to be mentioned with the William Cepedas, who's a top contender at 35. And then, just like how he stopped Jaime's and Rolly couldn't, you could say, yo, he stopped Giovanni Cabrera, but Eastside Cruz couldn't. You see what I mean? So that's two world champions who he outperformed. You see what I mean? So this is a good fight. This is a good fight for Abdullah. I really hope this fight comes together. I really hope that fight comes together. Key versus Frank Martin. That's a good fight, but Frank Martin he transitioning to 140 right now. So unless Keyshawn goes up there, I don't really see that fight happening at 35. Keyshawn and Frank Martin look big as shit too. I seen him training. Look like he packing on them pounds to acclimate to 40. You said Frank is Tank leftover? Okay. So? And Keyshawn got 13 fights. This is the thing, man. Like, y'all funny, bro. Like, y'all really funny. So when Tank fought Gamboa, did anybody say that was Terrence Crawford leftovers or anything like that? Like, come on, dog. Like, not everybody fight that one nigga first. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to fight that nigga after he done took a few losses. It is what it is. And, just because Frank is Tank leftovers don't mean he a bum. Ja Money, what up, baby? I appreciate you with the salute. Salute. I wouldn't mind Keyshawn Cruz if he wants to challenge for that title already. Well, this is the thing. I'm seeing that Andy Cruz is ranked number 1 in the WBC. And I'm under the belief, and maybe this is me just being a conspiracy theorist, I think Eddie Hearn trying to set something up before Shakur walk up out of that Matchroom deal. You see what I'm saying? Because you know how these promoters be moving. They act like they fuck with you and got your best interest, but they don't never want you to leave with shit that, they could profit off of. Meaning, does Eddie Hearn really want the WBC belt to leave his stable and benefit somebody else? Think about it. So he probably building up Andy Cruz right now on some shit to fight Shakur on his last deal on that Matchroom deal. Wouldn't be surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these sanctioning rankings can be bought. You see what I mean? So it's only going to be a matter of time before the WBC mandates Shakur to face Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz does one more fight, wins, blah, 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 beats whoever the fuck it is. Mauricio Sulaiman going to be like, oh, we're going to mandate, boom, boom, Andy Cruz to fight Shakur Stevenson, and y'all got this much time to negotiate before we go to a purse bid. That's how that shit going to go. I'm telling you. If Eddie Hearn didn't like Andy Cruz being Shakur's mandatory challenger, he'd have reached out to the WBC like, yo, give us a lower rank in the sun. He's not ready for that. He's not ready for that mandatory position yet. You see what I mean? So this is being done strategically behind the scenes, and don't be surprised if Eddie Hearn start pushing Andy Cruz to fight Shakur, sometime this year, or at least pushing for it. So that's what I think is going on. Maybe that's just me being a conspiracy theorist, but there's going to be some fucking interesting fights this weekend. I cannot wait. J05 said if Kid Austin's put nonstop pressure and aggression on Shakur, he could pull it off. Shakur isn't like that. Well, it's a lot more complicated than that, J.A. You know what I mean? You got to understand that Shakur is a master of distance. You know, he understands exactly how far his opponent is and how close his opponent is at all times. So Shakur, you know, Kid Austin could apply nonstop pressure. He could be aggressive, but if he's not able to get within Shakur Stevenson's perimeter, within his, area, he's going to have a hard time hitting him. So he can apply the pressure and be aggressive all he wants. But, if Shakur isn't cooperating with that and he starts utilizing his movement, Kid Austin's going to do a lot of shadow boxing in there. But something just tells me, because Shakur look at Kid Austin like he a little nigga. Like he already got his card. I think that sparring session that Shakur and Kid Austin had gives Shakur a lot of confidence, and he honestly feels like he could dog walk Kid Austin. Something about Kid Austin that he's not like respectful of. So he must know something about Kid Austin that we don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. I think that Shakur is going to be on his flat-footed, stand in front of you, make you miss type shit, and really start, I think it's going to be a precise assault. I think it's going to be a precise assault, meaning I just see Shakur just placing some mean body shots while Kid Austin is jumping in. I see him running into some I see him, trying to find a range with Shakur, running into a jab. I can see Kid Austin shelling up while Shakur shooting, combinations. And, I could just see Shakur completely outclassing Kid Austin. I don't know how Kid Austin is going to find the range to land on Shakur. How he's going to be able to keep Shakur on the ropes, because I feel like genuinely Shakur has faster feet than Kid Austin. Kid Austin is athletic and shit like that. He just don't got this. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think he got this to keep up with Shakur, man. So you can have the physical attributes, you know what I'm saying? You could be athletic, you can have Kid Austin got some good shit going on. I told y'all after his last fight, that kid got a lot of potential. He just need more room to grow. And between that fight and this fight right here, he hasn't had enough time to grow. So I think that'll really be exposed. You feel what I mean? But I'm seeing that his father coming out talking about, oh, we coming home with $900K. We coming home with $900K. We was homeless at one point. It seemed like they're okay with either way the fight go because it'll set them up or put them in a good position financially. That's just what I think based off of how the way they talking. Vision Board says, Mazuma TV, why is Teofimo showing that he got $1 million in the bank? I didn't see that, but if that's what he posted, maybe it's because a lot of people calling him broke. You see what I'm saying? That might be why. I don't know. But if the motherfucker got $1 million in the bank, I'm sure the wife that he's about to divorce in a couple of days will be glad to know that. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the smart thing to do. I don't know if that's a smart thing to do when he says that he's finalizing a divorce in a couple of days and shit like that. Let me see. You said it's on his story. All right, let's check it out. Takeover Promotions LLC. That looks like a Chase account too. That's interesting. Anyways, he has $1,600,000 at $50.97. So I mean, the motherfucker got $1 million in a business account. I mean, what you want me to say? I don't really know how to react to that. Takeover Promotions. He got $1 million. Okay, why don't you start promoting shows then? You got $1 million. You know what I mean? You could do some club shows with $1 million. You could get some shit popping with $1 million, man. Like these dudes be like Takeover Promotions and all that, but these niggas don't ever be putting no fights together or no events together. They just be promoting the fights. They just be co-promoting cars that they on. I don't know, man. I don't really know what you want me to say about that. I'm not somebody who's easily, impressed by money and shit. Like I grew up around millionaires, bro. I grew up around rich people. Like I got cousins that's millionaires. I got uncles that's millionaires. You know what I'm saying? 6-7 figure niggas is all around me. So, you know what I mean? That's just not really nothing to me. Shakur is definitely locked in. I feel like Shakur. Listen, he's an absolute competitor. Do I like when fighters show their money, bro? Am I a thought nigga? Like, am I a bitch that just be impressed when niggas pull out a bankroll? Nigga, I don't give a fuck about nobody showing no money. Like, to me personally, when niggas flash money, they look like cornballs to me. You see what I mean? But that's not for me to, be impressed by. You know what I'm saying? That's just dumb. Promoting they brand. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, I make it rain all day long. My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather. Y'all remember that shit? Like, that's just done promoting themselves, putting themselves out there, giving people something to talk about. I get it. But to ask me, do I like when fighters show their money? I could give a fuck less. That ain't for me. That ain't my money. Ain't like I'm spending the motherfucking nigga ain't putting no he ain't wiring nothing to my account. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could care less. Like, I'm not a thought, nigga. I don't be sitting there and be like, ooh, he got money. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Said, but why do they show it? Do they want to get robbed? Like I said, it's a promotional tool. You know, when Floyd used to, I remember he did some shit with the WWE where he counted $1 million in cash. Like, I'm sure he didn't need that $1 million in cash, but he did it to just, get some attention. It's a promotional tool. Money grabs a lot of people's attention. Some niggas is intrigued by money because they ain't never had money or never been around money. So when they see it, they be in awe. Like I said, I grew up around made niggas. Like, it was, I'm not gonna really get too much into it, but I always, money's never been a big thing to me. So whenever people talk about it, I pretty much I turn my mind off to that. I zone out when niggas start talking about bread. I think niggas that talk about money is cornballs. Or whenever they bring up money when money not a topic, they cornballs. That's just me though. Once you bring up money in any type of argument or debate, you a sucker. And on some real shit, I know it's gonna sound crazy because I don't have it. I'm not a millionaire, at least not yet. But $1 million is not that much money. I know it sounds crazy, but in the current times that we're in this economy, $1 million is really not that much money. But that's a different topic. We don't need to get into that. What the fuck is going on? Oh, all right. Me and my dad shared the Pivot boxing page, so when he be posting shit and it be going off, I'm like, what the fuck going on? But anyways, it do look good in the account though. You absolutely right. I wish I woke up and seen that shit in my account. Yep, could have money and still be a lame. I had a homie tell me one time, he said, yo, God give money to the corniest niggas. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's definitely life changing. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm not gonna sit here and discredit a nigga being a millionaire. That's a beautiful thing. Not everybody get to that point. And on some real shit, I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. We trying, but nothing's guaranteed in life. You feel what I mean? So, yeah, that's an impressive feat, and it's definitely life changing. See your wife left her for a nigga working at Popeyes. That's the thing. I'm sure you're exaggerating. I don't know if she even left the nigga for somebody else. But one thing I do know is that, like, the money be cool and shit like that. That'll definitely get a bitch attention, but it won't make a bitch stay. It won't make a bitch stay. I've dealt with some women in my past, obviously, that came from money. I've walked in women's houses and seen, a few years back, like around, I ain't gonna say the year, but a few years back, way before I had my son, all that shit. Like, I've walked into mansions out in, I'm not gonna say where, leaving out too many details. I'm trying to leave out as many details as possible. I walked into mansions. I've been offered money while dealing with this woman, and I've heard of like the men that they like the caliber of men she's dealt with, but for some reason I was so interested in her. So long story short, and I'm not I would never call myself a brokey because I'm not, but I definitely wasn't in the same tax bracket as them. And these, like I said, it take more than money to keep a bitch. You see what I mean? Like it'll get a bitch attention. You know what I mean, you might have a little bit of time to, interact with them, but it don't make them stay, bro. It don't make them stay. These rich bitches be fucking broke niggas all the time, or niggas that's nowhere near, they tax bracket. I seen it happen all the time. Bella Faith says Cepeda versus Farmer rematch is official allegedly. Bella, I heard the same thing. I think it's official actually. And it's taking place in Cancun. So Tevin better be ready. And if he plans on winning this fight, he's gonna have to beat the shit out of William Cepeda, because if not, they'll rob his ass again. Y'all heard me right. They will rob his ass again. You feel me? T.O. wife got a free spicy chicken sandwich and was sucking. Oh, wow. This nigga Lorenzo wilding. Between Lorenzo and Slime, they like the most they the most craziest motherfuckers in the chat. When they team up together and be saying wild shit, them niggas is unstoppable. Rich niggas hoes get smashed by regular niggas all the time. Money could get a bitch but can't keep her. Beautiful comment. Beautiful comment. That's a fact. I see it happen all the time. Bro, there was another girl that I was dealing with like probably 5-6 years ago. This bitch had her family owned pharmacies. And I was wilding, you know what I'm saying? I had a whole other situation going on, but she was so confident in who I was. This bitch didn't even know me. She wanted to settle down. She was already talking about marriage, having kids, living together. I'm like, ho, bitch, I don't even know your last name. What the fuck? So it's like, we see this shit happen all the time, bro. You know what I mean? All right, bitch, let me know your last name before you start talking about marriage and all that shit. Damn, Slime be tripping, bro. Jesus Christ, I can't put that up. Anyways, let's get into the ultimate conversation, man, because I just love to rub it in these niggas' faces. Pause. Yeah, I mean, so let's bring up this Gervonta Davis. Bella Faith. What is that picture? Oh, that's the back of a female's head. Says, so all the divas at 135 about to just fight their mandos. I don't know. I hope not. I mean, I'm not wrong. Look, I don't got a problem with mandatories, but I would rather it be like, I don't know, man. I just like unifications more. Like, if the unification ain't available, fuck it, go after the Mando. But it's like, come on, man. Mandos be holding the division back sometimes. Just my opinion. So let's pull up this Gervonta Davis and your Slime be tripping. Slime be tripping. TOX was sucking cocaine off senior. That's crazy. Get that nigga Slime some medicine. But yeah, Bella might be right. But like I said, I hope not. But let's get into this clip right here where Gervonta Davis practically admits to having an offer sent to him to fight Devin Haney, and him pretty much turning it down and counter offering with the biggest bullshit counter offer that I ever heard of in my life. This nigga must think that he back in like the back in those days where niggas was bartering and like trading and shit. But let's hear what Tank got to say, man. Let me see. What's his time frame? 16, 15?
So I feel though like a lot of people, like you said, boxing is up and down. It's in an interesting place right now. Let's talk about the Turkey Al Sheikh. So obviously people got stupid money in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Hence why all those boxers are lining themselves over there. You said that certain boxers was dick eating for aligning themselves with them. Are you just not interested in fighting over there? It's not that, but they came at me wrong the first time they ever came at me.
Mm-hmm. They came at him wrong. How did they come at him wrong? Let's find out.
They said I will fight Devin, and then when he was saying like Devin was his guy, so I'm like, if Devin your guy, y'all gotta pay me now, right? Extra, like, cause I already know what I'm coming over there. You feel me? I gotta get the knockout. If not, y'all gonna give it to him.
Woo-wee! That shit remind me back then when Calvin was like, why would we fight Shakur if we can't do what we do? So it's pretty much Tank and his team mind already made up that if they don't knock these elite level boxers out, that they automatically gonna lose. And when you look at a lot of Tank fights, he does lose a lot of rounds until he ends up sparking a nigga. Right? That's typically how Tank go. Like Tank will lose a lot of the early rounds. Like the nigga will lose a lot of rounds and then he'll catch up and hit somebody with some shit and pretty much have his power bail him out. So this guy, he said that Devin don't got no power. You know what I'm saying? He done named every single flaw that Devin Haney has in his toolbox. This nigga done named every flaw that Devin Haney got, and he talking about how he'll knock Devin out and all this shit. Bro, I've heard him say that he'll knock Devin out on several occasions. If you are that confident, then why is there doubt in your mind at the same time that you won't knock him out? Why is there doubt that you'll knock him out all of a sudden when all we ever heard was that you'll knock him out? And why do you have this thought in your head that if it goes to the cards, you may possibly lose? Do you feel like you don't have the skills necessary to outclass him? What's going on? Yeah, boxing knowledge. I've seen that. Marlon 2631 said, scared of getting outboxed. Pretty much. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, y'all. But when I put this out there, niggas look at me like I'm crazy or some type of hater. Bro, this is what he's saying. I'm taking him at his word. But when I bring it to the light or when I bring attention to it, niggas got a problem with it. Why don't y'all have a problem with Tank actually saying this shit? Why don't we start there? Why aren't y'all mad that he's putting that shit out there? Because I wouldn't have nothing to talk about if the nigga wasn't saying anything. Let's rewind back.
No. I'm like, if Devin your God, y'all gotta pay me now, right? Extra, like, cause I already know what I'm coming over there. You feel me? I gotta get the knockout. If not, y'all gonna give it to him. So that's what made me like, oh yeah, I see what's going on. So now, give me 2 or 4 or 3 Ferraris. If not, ain't no point in me going over there for.
This nigga said he already know what's going on, so these niggas got to pay him extra, right? But don't pay him with extra money. Pay him in Ferraris. Oh, y'all got to pay me extra. But don't worry about paying me in money. Just get me 4 Ferrari. I remember the nigga said 2. 2, 3. Now this nigga talking about 4. This nigga love Ferraris. Nigga, do you want them in every color? Do you want that Ferrari to be the same color as the cheese bus you was riding in, my nigga? Do you want them all different colors? I mean, you want 22s on the motherfucker? Nigga, what the fuck you want, nigga? This nigga, and then if Turkey Al Sheik was to send the nigga 4 Ferrari, oh, this ain't the colors that I want. I don't like blue. I don't like blue. It reminds me of cops. This nigga Tank crazy, bro. Pay him extra bread. You got to pay him extra, but don't pay him with extra money. Or don't give him money that could buy him the Ferraris. Just buy the nigga Ferraris. Every time you bring up Turkey Al Sheik name, this nigga add another Ferrari. And I'm well aware that the Tank and Devin fight is pretty much gone. But I'm going to still talk about it just so I can hold the fire to that motherfucker. Just like how I know that Benavidez and Canelo fight gone. But I'm going to still hold Canelo feet to the fire just cuz. What the fuck you mean? And Lil Yachty, little ugly ass laughing. Like, he think that shit so fire. Man, that nigga... Man, he said pay him extra Ferrari. Man, this nigga fly, man. This nigga Tank a legend. Dick eater. And your music suck, nigga. Can't rap to save your life. Rap like you got peanut butter in your throat, you nut ass nigga. Fuck out of here. Fuck Lil Yachty. Nigga, fuck Lil Yachty. Fuck him and his few good songs. Anyways. Not the fight, but yeah, this nigga say he want Optimus Prime for his next fight. That nigga Tank gonna ask for some dinosaur nuggets his next fight. Hey man, I'm reading all the comments, y'all. I'm glad that y'all hearing what I'm hearing though. Let me see.
Y'all got the money to do it.
2, 3, 4 Ferraris. Because I heard you said 2 at first.
Yeah. You know how it is. But they still, I mean, it's love and respect, but it just, somebody can't just come up in the game and just throw money and not know the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you at least put people around you, like, to know the sport. Don't just come in and just...
Hold on. So this is him talking about Turkey Al Sheik.
Somebody can't just come up in the game and just throw money and not know the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you at least put people around you, like, to know the sport. Don't just come in and just...
Don't Turkey Al Sheik got like every motherfucking promoter around him. This nigga, he talk about at least have people around you that know the sport. Bro, this nigga Turkey Al Sheik signed a deal with Top Rank. He signed a deal with Golden Boy. He signed a deal with Matchroom. He signed a deal with Queensberry. Those are all knowledgeable boxing people that have combined over hundreds of years of experience. How the fuck you gonna tell this nigga, oh, you can't just come into the money, you just can't come into the game with money and not know the sport. At least have some people around you. Nigga, he do. He do. The fuck? He got Eddie Hearn around him. He got fucking and he about to start working with Al Heyman soon. And you know, by that time, Tank probably gonna try to walk out because he don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But he got Eddie Hearn, he got Frank Warren, he got Oscar De La Hoya, who have been in and out of the ring doing business, and the motherfucker got Bob Arum, the nigga that been around 50 plus years. Bob Arum like 94, still working. He do got them knowledgeable people around him. R3, I could give a fuck. Tell Southpaw if he feel a way about what I'm talking about, he can come see me. Tell the nigga come debate me on here. Fuck you talking about? He would never. He know he not on my level. Ain't none of these niggas on my level with the debate shit. Give a fuck with nobody talking about. Yo, Lo, that's the link right there, brother. Can't nobody tell me I'm wrong for what the fuck Tank talking about. But
Flash money, then you see everybody over there. Everybody over there got paid to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
like the whole what they just have. Yeah, the award shit. They got paid to go over there.
Right.
But it's cool.
So
pay me extra.
Okay.
Pay me extra. Yo, bro, what up?
Yo, what's good, man?
What's on your mind, brother? What's going on?
Yo, anybody that stick up for Tank Davis at this point right now is appalling, bro. It's like all due respect, and we all boxing fans, right? All of us. We all got our favorite fighters, all of us, right? But I can honestly say that the Gervonta Davis fans are probably the most annoying fans. Like they crash out. They're the type of fans that condone when they had that rumble in front of Popeye for the Popeye chicken sandwich when they first came out. Those are the kind of fans he got. He got the kind of fans that be like, look at Tank. He got dripped. He beating up on a Louis Vuitton heavy bag. Like they like that type of shit. Like TMZ, like hip hop fans. That's all they are, bro. Like
They
groupies.
should be getting them niggas wet, Lo.
It's like only fans, bro.
That should be getting them niggas moist.
They really be crashing out. They really they represent the young generation, man. The young generation that be crashing out. Like I seen somebody was another channel was talking spicy about T.O. just because T.O. was sliding in Corley Ray's DM, right? Because they were dissing him for dancing with old ladies. He hollering at women. These niggas' favorite fighters wearing pocketbook purses and Diddy parties, getting bear hugs from the back and all that. Come on, man, make it make sense. And the
Yeah,
funny
they
shit
was
is,
talking shit about T.O. for sliding in Koi DM.
yeah, he went in Corley Ray DM, and then he was hugged up with what's the black girl with the red hair? He was hugged up with the chick. What's her name, man? Sexy Red. He was hugged up with her recently.
T.O. was
And
hugged up with Sexy Red.
yeah, and then they showed screenshot, huh?
I missed that. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's
she posted him on her Twitter, and then they were posting him sliding in Cody Ray's DM or some shit like that. And then they were like, "Oh, why you gonna holler at a pregnant girl and all that?" Like, nigga, he's talking to a woman here. He a single man that's going through it right now. He ain't out there wearing purses and nail polish and all that. And these dudes be ready to crash out for Tank. Tank won't even acknowledge these guys in person. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Tank will not even acknowledge them in person. He won't spit on a nigga to turn you off if you on fire. Real rap. He won't. So they crashing out about him. I don't understand that. But I want to get there we go.
I see him. I see him.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. That's funny as fuck.
And then shout out to Keyshawn Davis, man. I was there live.
Yo,
Keyshawn Davis had
hold on. Before you get into that, imagine a nigga coming at you because you in a bitch DM. Like what? Who cares, bro? Like he had a Coily Ray DM. So what? The fuck is
Exactly.
the problem? Why is that something to talk about? Yo, these niggas is weirdos, bro. Bro, I hate this motherfucking boxing community, bro. Like I hate this boxing community, there, bro. Why do these
7 says, no, you still a T.O. fan. Yeah, I'm still a T.O. fan.
Yo. Anyways, yeah, get into the what you was talking about, bro.
Keyshawn Davis, bro. Keyshawn Davis, he got some good options right now, right? This is my if I was Keyshawn's management team, assuming he can't get a big name guy, right? The Tank, the Shakur, the Teals, whatever. I would like to see Keyshawn Davis make his first title defense at home in Norfolk, Virginia, against Andy Cruz. Now that fight makes sense because you were champion. Andy Cruz is a top 10 contender, so it's no more contender versus contender / prospect. They got a history together, and Keyshawn to have the opportunity to right the wrong. You know, Miguel Cotto lost to two guys in the amateur that he avenged in the pros. Mike Tyson avenged the guys that beat him in the amateurs and the pros too. Shane Mosley tried to get that get back with Vernon Forrest. It didn't work out for him. Keyshawn Davis needs to get that fight. He needs to give Andy Cruz that shot in Virginia, just like Terrence Crawford had to bring the Cuban over to Omaha, Nebraska. He needs to bring Andy Cruz to Norfolk and make that title defense. If not, me being optimistic, let's say Tank does decide to do something with Turkey. I would like to see a doubleheader, right? Tank versus Shakur and Keyshawn versus Loma. After Tank beats Shakur's big homie, because even though I'm talking crazy right now about Tank, I can't deny the man's talent. I still think Tank Davis, talent wise, is top 3 as far as pure talent and what he got. I think Tank beats Shakur, which is Keyshawn's old head, and then Keyshawn, if he beats Lomachenko, he could fight Tank. That's another option. The other option, move up to 140, get that fight with Duartez while Tio's fighting Hitchens, and then get a Tio fight. That's another fight that makes sense. Keyshawn, according to the story, they rumbled and beat up on Tio's dad. They got the history. They got the races back and forth and all that. That's another sellable fight. So Keyshawn's in a good spot right now. Keyshawn got some good options.
I was saying the same thing, and that's funny because I was talking about it at the gym early this morning, and I was talking about how most likely how the way Top Rank doing things, they're gonna end up sending Keyshawn Davis out to Norfolk, but I don't believe it's gonna be Andy Cruz, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was just talking about it. Andy Cruz is now ranked number 1 in the WBC, right? Shakur with Matchroom, Andy Cruz with Matchroom. To me, it's a no-brainer in what Eddie Hearn is attempting to do right now. Shakur Stevenson got a limited fight deal with Matchroom. I think it's 3 fights. I believe it's a 3-fight deal. I think that Eddie Hearn is going to try to close out that 3-fight deal with a fight with Andy Cruz. That's my personal opinion. I don't think Eddie Hearn will allow Andy Cruz to be number 1 in the WBC if that wasn't his intentions. But regardless, I think that Keyshawn is going to get right back to Norfolk because I heard he sold a shit ton of tickets over there. You see what I'm saying? So it makes sense for them to go back over there because they're going to make some money off of him. That's what they in it for. These promoters, they trying to get
there was a lot of tension in the building, too.
Say that again?
There was a lot of tension in the building between the blacks and the Ukrainians.
Word?
Hell yeah.
I can see that.
It's crazy because I almost got caught up in that. And I had nothing to do with it, right? Because when I go to the events, I never sit at the chair that I get. You know what I mean? I walk around, I take seats, whatever's available. I just grab it until they kick me out. Or until the owners come and grab the seats, not kick me out. So I get all the way to the bottom when Keyshawn's fighting with Branchek, and I'm in between a group of dudes from Norfolk, Virginia, and there's a group of Ukrainians sitting right in back of me, right?
Yeah.
So the first knockdown, homeboy got up, started screaming, "Yeah, Norfolk, Norfolk." So he turns around and he starts saying, "Yeah, tell me to sit down now. Tell me to sit down now." But he's looking directly at me and he's looking at the people in back of me. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, why this nigga looking at me like that for? You know what I mean? I ain't fucking Ukrainian. So he kept on screaming, yeah, tell me to sit down now. Tell me to sit down now. So he sits back down, whatever. He's watching the fight. Now I'm hearing the dudes in back of me. They start talking in their language. And I could tell, even though I don't understand what the fuck they're saying, but I could tell they're talking about main man in front of me. And they start cheering Branchek, whatever. I'm assuming before I got there, they probably told homeboy to sit down. So after he finally knocked him out, dude gets up and looks back and starts screaming, "Yeah, Norfolk." He's looking directly at me. So I'm like, "Yo, bro, does it fucking look like I'm Ukrainian, my nigga?" He looks at me like, "Nah, somebody told me to sit down." I'm like, "Bro, look around, man." So he starts arguing with the dudes in back of me, whatever, the Ukrainian dudes. Them niggas got up and they left because they was outnumbered. But it was crazy in there, though. The whole building was like riding for Keyshawn crazy. They gave him a lot of love in New York. A lot of love in New York, for real.
Keyshawn said there was 2 buses that came from Norfolk to New York to watch him rumble. So
Yeah.
that nigga was probably from Norfolk.
And this dude did not show up neither. Tio didn't show up. Usually he shows up fresh off that stunt he pulled. It wouldn't have been a safe joint for him at all. Mm-hmm. I don't think it would have been. Plus, Buck Crawford was in the building too.
Yeah, I saw that. I seen there was a few people there. I see Clarissa there. There was a few people.
She was there with her rap boyfriend, Papoose.
Huh?
She was there with her rap boyfriend.
Oh yeah, Papoose. Yeah. So Yeah, I think they're gonna bring him back to Norfolk, but he probably gonna fight somebody in the rankings. You know what I mean? Somebody within his
I was Andy
sanctioning
Cruz,
body or
man.
something
Andy
like
Cruz
that.
makes sense, bro. Andy Cruz makes sense.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but what I think that Matchroom hasn't planned for him and that isn't necessarily Keyshawn. I think they're gonna shoot. I think that Eddie Hearn is gonna try to close out that deal with Shakur Stevenson with fighting Andy Cruz. I don't think I honestly believe that because why else would he be ranked number one in the WBC if Andy Cruz or his team wasn't trying to fight Shakur?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but for a storyline, that's
Yeah,
everybody in
I
boxing has
love
a nemesis. That's his nemesis. That's one of his nemesis right there, sure.
it.
Andy Cruz, you got to get that work, man, with Andy Cruz, because you can't just sit around and avoid. It's a difference, right? If you lost to somebody in the amateurs, you become a champion of the pros, and the dude you lost to in the amateurs he's not relevant no more. Andy Cruz is making noise. Andy Cruz is making more noise than the two dudes that Cotto had to run it back with. Cotto early in his career lost to a Brazilian dude named Kelson Pintor, right? I don't know if you remember that. And he lost him in the amateurs. Cotto fought him in the pros and knocked him out. Cotto lost to a Russian dude that became a gold medalist, and that was Cotto's first fight in the Garden during Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend. Cotto, he broke homeboy's orbital bone and retired him. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson lost to Henry Tillman in the amateurs, knocked him out. He lost to Tyrell Briggs in the amateurs, knocked him out in the pros. You got to take care of that, man. Shea Mosley tried to do it. Shea Mosley tried to do it with Vernon Forrest because he beat him twice. Even Oscar lost to Shea Mosley twice. He tried to get that back. It didn't work out.
Yeah. Got you. I'm trying to pull up the WBO rankings right now. My fault. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on. WBO rankings.
I don't want to see no Shakur versus Andy Cruz. That'll be a boring fight, man. At least with Keyshawn, he gonna bring some power to the. You know what? Keyshawn Davis for me skipped the line anyway. I'd rather see him fight Tank over Shakur.
And another thing is, Keyshawn might get that. He might get the winner of Mordetaya and Abdullah too.
Who?
Raymond Mordetaya and Abdullah. They're about to fight for the IBF interim, from what I understand.
Oh, they're moving Abdullah fast.
No. Abdullah, not Abdullah, not Abdullah Mason. Abdullah from
Okay.
I believe he's from Russia.
Okay.
I think he lost to Devin Haney. I think that's the dude that lost to Devin Haney. Zaur Abdullah.
Yeah. That's the yeah. He also knocked out. He knocked out. What's his name? Knocked somebody out.
Okay.
And the dude that fought Abdullah Mason went 10 rounds with your boy. What's his name? Rolando.
My boy.
Rolando.
Yeah, he the one who lost to Devin Haney. He actually got stopped by Devin Haney. But he been on a nice little run lately, so we'll see.
He stopped Jorge Linares, I believe.
He
He did.
yeah, he stopped Linares in the last round.
Yo, who got a better resume? Because I was having a debate with somebody. Gervonta Davis or Prince Nassim Hamed?
I gotta check. Let's check Prince. That Kevin Kelly win is a pretty good one, though. Let's see.
It was because at the time, Kevin Kelly was one of this guy's rivals. If you could pull that joint up on the screen, that'd be good because I know the names if I see them. That's my hero.
Wait, Raymond beats who? But I think Prince Nassim got a better resume, but let's check it out. This is the resume right here, brother. He lost to Marco Antonio Barrera, but he beat Augie Sanchez. Hold up.
Let me see that.
He beat Wilfredo Vasquez.
That's a good win.
Oh yeah. That's already an eye opener for me. Kevin Kelly.
Wayne McCullough was good too, the Irish kid. I know he also beat Tom Boom Boom Johnson. Paul Ingle was okay. He was a European fighter. Tom Johnson. Manuel Medina was decent, even though he had 7 losses but 50 wins.
I just don't like how the way he went out. He went out kind of like a turkey.
Yo, believe it or not, Gervonta Davis does got a better resume.
You think so?
Look, I mean, if Hamed would have beaten Barrera, that would have made a difference because Barrera at the time was like, one of those guys.
You hear that? That's a fire alarm. Where that fire alarm coming from? Hold up. They ain't coming from here.
Not coming from here neither. Yo, somebody said Augie Sanchez beat Floyd 3 times in the amateurs. I never knew that. So Gervonta Davis does got a better resume than Hamed. Wow.
I don't know. Let's see. That shit stopped. I don't know. It might have been one of the neighbors.
Did you ever see that fight when he fought against Barrera?
Yeah, I seen that John Burr beat the shit out of Nassim. Then Nassim act like he didn't want to fight no more after that. Kind of went out like a bitch. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Barrera was an underdog too for that fight.
Yeah, Nassim had a lot of momentum behind him. He was that guy. I remember that.
Nassim was one of the hardest punches I've ever seen in those weight classes.
Yeah, he could punch. And he was fast. And he was explosive too. But he made a lot. He was very flawed.
Yeah, definitely. Barrera, like I said, exposed that.
Yeah, that's all it took to beat somebody like Nassim, a fundamentally sound boxer. It would have made him look dumb every time.
Well, he fought fundamentally sound guys before, but Barrera was different.
Barrera was elite. Like Barrera, one of them ones. So it made sense. Why he
Because Kevin Kelly was good too, but
cool
Kevin Kelly was real safe.
looked like Barrera was studying that motherfucker too. Like Barrera,
You know who would have done Hamed dirty? Who would have done him worse? Marquez.
that's what I was thinking. He the first one that came to my mind.
Yeah, Marquez at that time. Marquez was part of that era, right? But at that time, Marquez was being avoided. At that time, like 126, 122, you had Hamed, you had Barrera, you had Morales, Kevin Kelly, Junior Jones, Kennedy McKinney, Wilfredo Vasquez, those guys there. But Marquez is a better counterpuncher than all those guys. So if you're gonna jump in on Marquez the way he was jumping around, he would have rocked Hamed. That would have been a highlight of a knockout.
Hold up real quick. Somebody by the name of Ty Liddell talking about why you got a StreamYard logo, bro. You need me to send you $20? Nah, nigga. I ain't about to pay no $45 a month for bullshit, bro. So we gonna let that StreamYard logo rock. It is what it is. On some real shit, I'm about to start going live on the just straight off the YouTube app because StreamYard ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying? But that is a little funny little comment. You don't need me to send you $20. Why don't you send $20 to your mother so she can stop eating dick to pay bills?
Oh man, he's violent.
You sending that $20 to the wrong one, Ty. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Say no. No. But yeah, man.
I can't wait till that card Saturday, man.
Yeah, me too, bro. I think everybody excited for that, John, man. Hopefully everything go well with everybody and they, they do what they need to do. But Lo, since you here, let's pull up this video real quick of Tank talking about his biggest fear is to be embarrassed in the ring. I want to know exactly what you think about this.
You said that?
Yeah. Let's pull it up. Me and Rolly are not friends, but we're cool. If that makes sense. Like we ain't no. But I can't consider a nigga a friend if I never met him. You know what I'm saying? Or like, talk to him on a regular basis. Like I don't talk to Rolly on a regular basis. We cool though. I guess you could say that. We got to understand it. But let me show you this, Lo, and I want you to tell me what you think. I want to hear your reaction because I don't think you heard it.
I didn't hear about that.
You are ones that know that this is no easy fight. He's very skilled, and I'm gonna go on the line and say this may be the most skillful person that Tank has faced thus far.
What do you think of that?
Look bad.
Lamont Roach.
Barry Hunter said that Lamont Roach is the most skilled person that Tank has fought yet.
I mean, I can't sit here and tell you that because I never really seen Lamont Roach fight.
What y'all think of that, chat? What y'all think of that? Lamont Roach, according to Barry Hunter, Lamont Roach is the most skilled fighter that Tank has ever faced.
I think that's a lie.
You don't even know what the hell going on.
That's bad if it's true. All due respect, no disrespect.
She knew. She funny as shit.
No disrespect to Lamont Roach, bro, but that's bad if that's true because you look at Tank's contemporaries.
That make Tank resume kind of look shitty if that's the case.
Yeah, like I said, you look at his contemporaries, right? You look at Devin Haney, you look at T.O., you look at Shakur, right? And if you ask who's the best guys they fought, skill-wise, let's start with Shakur. Didn't Jamel Herring, not even Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez for me is better than Lamont Roach, and I've never even seen Lamont Roach. I think Valdez from that time is a better fighter than Lamont Roach. You pull up Devin Haney, you got Lomachenko there.
He definitely.
You got Teo, you got Lomachenko there. You got Josh Taylor there. I'm gonna go on the limb to say Jermaine Ortiz beats him too. Beats Lamont Roach. Based on what I've seen Jermaine do with Lomachenko.
Jermaine too big.
Yeah.
But let me see what the people saying. Coffee Plant said he might be right. Vision Board says Pedraza. So Prime Pedraza at 130. Is he more skilled than Lamont Roach? Shit, he might be.
He could be. I mean, the thing with Pedraza, man, I hate to shit on my Puerto Ricans, but Pedraza, even though he's a 2-time champion, 2-division champion, he never had a run. Every time he won his belt, he got knocked out, lost it the next fight or 2 fights later. He never had a real run. Made title defenses. But he does got some decent wins. Pedraza stopped the first guy that had beat Felix Verdejo. Pedraza stopped him. You know that, right?
Yeah.
He also stopped Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, early in Tevin career, yeah.
Yeah. Still beat him. Still got to give him the credit for it. You know what I mean? So, man, maybe Pedraza.
Yeah, that's well. Regardless, let's finish up. Let's finish up the video.
Yeah, that Tank talk when he was talking about retirement or whatever.
Yeah.
Come fight night, my biggest fear has been embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for deck, like like I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out and get my butt kicked. Like bad, like I can't do it. I don't want to be embarrassed. Just my pride. Some people be made for it, some people don't. It's not going to win. You better be ready.
Y'all hear that shit? Like,
where's that from?
Is that not concerning to y'all?
Where's that from? I never heard that before.
This was PBC put up an episode called Gloves Off with Tank.
I'm gonna look that up. I thought that was from the Little Yachty video because I was saying, man, I didn't hear him say that during the Little Yachty interview.
I put up 2 separate videos. The one John is the Yachty video, and the other one was the PBC.
Gloves Off, right?
Yeah, Gloves Off. Tank and Roach is the first episode. They put out 2 episodes so far. So
all right, I'm looking at it now. 13 minutes. What I think about that? I'm gonna tell you right now. I think Gervonta Davis is outspoken, right?
Uh-huh.
And I believe that every fighter doesn't want to lose. I believe every fighter has butterflies going into the ring.
Mhm.
And I give Tank credit for the fact that he's not trying to play super tough and acting like, yeah, I don't get nervous. It's just another day. I heard Tank talk like that before going into the Ryan fight, how he was worried about Ryan's power. I'm pretty sure every fighter in the back of their mind has some kind of worry, not being afraid as far as a coward, but that nervousness, that anxiety, the butterflies, the fear of not performing. But I will also say that plays into today's generations of fighters. That's why a lot of fighters don't give us the fights that we want because they're so concerned with social media. We're becoming a meme. So because of that, they do not want to take those chances. That's a lack of mental toughness. You gotta black that out. You gotta black that out, regardless to you being all over the internet. The people that's watching you on the internet trolling you, they don't have the heart to do what you're doing, stepping inside that ring and putting it on the line. But yeah, that's some nervous energy from Tank talking like that, and it also gives light to maybe why he's not taking the big fights, the fights that we want to see.
That last part that you said right there is what my main point is. I think that he's really providing some perspective on why he's not really too hell bent on fighting these elite level outboxers. You see what I'm saying? Now, him admitting that he gets butterflies or that he has concerns, that's natural. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's ever competed before, like myself and what was the other guy named Jordan? What the fuck is his name that be in the chat? Regardless, he trained out of Spain. He from the UK. Like he'll tell you, bro, them not, you're gonna have butterflies every single time. You're gonna have them doubts every single time. You just have to learn how to deal with them. You see what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to negate the negative thoughts. You gotta learn how to use your fear, or at least your butterflies, whatever you want to call it, um, as a way to you gotta use it to your benefit. You see what I'm saying? Jordan Sheriff, my fault. Jordan Sheriff, my fault. Um, you gotta learn how to deal with your fear and not let it overcome you. Because once you let your mind overcome you with negative thoughts and shit like that, you basically a beat fighter. You know what I'm saying? And once you a beat fighter, ain't no point in even getting in there because you gonna come up short. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about resend the link? You said resend the link, Lo? All right. He must have got lagged out and they keeping his profile on here. So let me get okay. So what he's saying is true. Like you're gonna have butterflies every time you get in the ring. And you having butterflies is a good sign because it shows you that you care and that you have a healthy amount of respect for your opponent. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is when you don't take those chances. I'm sure guys like Floyd will tell you that he had butterflies before a fight. Andre Ward could tell you that he had butterflies before a fight. But you know what the difference is? They actually still putting their money, they still having the confidence within themselves to actually take on those big chances and fight elite level dudes. So when you're admitting, low back in the building. So when you're admitting that you basically, have this underlying fear of being embarrassed and shit like that, while simultaneously avoiding elite level competition, it makes it seem like you're letting your fear overcome you. It
Yeah,
makes it seem like you're letting your fear get in the way of taking those chances to really prove how great you are. You see what I'm saying? So
that's a
that's
bully
the problem.
mentality, bro.
That's the problem I have now. If Tank said that and was still fighting elite level dudes and beating those elite level dudes, I would look right over that. You see
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Because that comes with the package. You got to become one with the fear, with the butterflies. But being that he's moving the way he's moving, and then he's saying what he's saying, now it's making sense to you. Like, wow, this is probably
Yeah,
why he's not fighting the guys that we want him to see fight.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
and I'm not gonna call him. I'm not gonna call Tank a quitter because we never seen him quit. But I've heard somebody else say that Tank might be the type of fighter that when it's getting tough in there against a guy that he feels could probably beat him and the guy's beating him, he might just crash out and probably get himself disqualified or something like that. Sort of like Mike Tyson when things weren't going his way. Have that bully mentality.
Tank put out a tweet where somebody was like, I think he responded to somebody's tweet where somebody was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see him lose" or some shit like that. And Tank went on like this whole emotional like rant where he's talking about, oh, if I lose, it's gonna be bad, and it's gonna make me change my mindset and make me go somewhere that I don't want to go, and all this shit, and like was threatening dude and all. And I'm like, damn, like you're showing signs of being like if you have a fear of losing, all right, that's cool. You see what I'm saying? But it sounds like he petrified of losing.
Yeah, he
You see what I'm
knows that they're gonna throw.
saying?
Yeah, like I said, you gotta be able to take the good with the bad, man. You're knocking people out. People are becoming memes. He's also clowning certain fighters when they lose, like with the Devin situation. He was clowning Devin when he got dropped up by Ryan. I'm pretty sure he clowned Tio when he lost to Cambosos. Um, I mean, you got to be strong minded, bro. Listen. They're gonna troll everybody. Manny Pacquiao got trolled. An ambassador, born again Christian. Manny Pacquiao don't talk no trash. He was the butt of everybody's jokes when he got knocked out by Marquez.
But
Of course,
I don't think
control.
Pacquiao comes from a generation where he didn't grow up off of social media. Like, but
Man,
Tank
Pacquiao
has
headstrong.
these dudes be heavily influenced by social media. Social
Yes,
media
they
is
are.
a heavy part of their life. So that shit really be killing these guys from a mental aspect. And I think that's why a lot of these younger dudes don't be wanting to roll the dice because, like Tank said, they don't want to become a meme.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. They don't want. He doesn't want to be a meme, and it's just crazy how boxing
Salute,
is. It's like we
salute.
really are in the soft era. This generation is soft. Period. And it's not even just boxing. It's people in general.
Bro,
Everybody
it
let.
just be like, how could you like? And look, man, if you a fan of Gervonta Davis, that's cool, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody on here is a fan of a fighter. I'm a fan of Boots. Lowe's a fan of T.O. We all got our people that we, have preferences over. But it's when you constantly defending the bullshit. It's like you taking it a step past the fan now. Now
Yeah,
you acting like you
yeah,
acting
you
like
gotta call
a
it out.
baby mom or some shit, cuz.
Yeah, you gotta look at it this way. Then that tells you what kind of friend you are as well. If you have a friend that's doing something crazy and out of pocket, and you're not telling them, you're not a real friend. So these are just fighters. I don't even know these fighters like that. You know what I mean? I met Tio a couple of times, but I don't know him. I spoke more to his dad than I did with him. And I don't agree with any of the stuff that Tio was doing as far as the trolling. Do I believe he's racist? No. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and believe he's trolling, but I don't agree with any of that. The monkey comments, the watermelon, bananas, and all, I don't approve of that at all. You know, um,
Why does
Mike
niggas
Tyson was one of my
asking if I
favorite
hate
fighters.
Tank? I don't fucking hate Tank, bro. I don't hate Tank. I don't sit here and use my energy to hate niggas. That's not me. What I do is I hold niggas accountable for the bullshit they on. That's all that is. Why you misconstruing that as hate? It
Yeah.
sound like you one of the fans that just, you know what I mean? If you tell the truth about a motherfucker, you get all up in arms, you get offended,
Hey,
and you
yo,
start
Mark,
talking like
Tank's
it's
not
hate.
even my favorite fighter, and I give Tank his props. Like, in my personal opinion, based on what I've seen in the ring, what I've seen he can do, if you match Tank up with T.O., Devin, Shakur, I'm gonna keep it a beam, and you tell me you gotta bet everything on one of these guys, I'm picking Tank. I'm picking Tank over all of them. I think Tank Davis is the most complete fighter out of all of them. Tank got the power. Tank got the speed. He got athleticism. He could box. He got a chin. He got underrated defense. He knows how to do something that the other guys don't know how to do. That's cut the ring off. I'm picking Tank. Now, are those other guys capable of beating Tank? Like if Tank lost to any of those guys, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. But if I had to make a choice right away, I will pick Tank over them. But after hearing the way he's talking right now, I'm not even 100% sure because I don't know where his mental space is at. What if he's losing? What if he crashes out? We seen what Devin do when he's under and I'm not even a Devin fan at all, but I gotta give Devin his credit. I seen Devin take adversity. And he got up what 5 times, whatever. He got up. I seen Teal with adversity, fighting with broken lungs and everything, and he ain't quit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't
Bro,
know what's gonna happen with Tank.
yeah, I mean, listen, we seen. I think it's safe to say we seen everybody go through adversity so far except Tank. So it's interesting to see
Even
how he'll
Shakur,
react.
Shakur had a broken hand or whatever, but
De Los Santos.
He ain't going like a dog though, because I seen Tank with a broken hand against Pitbull. Another thing, his fans be saying that he ain't knock out Pitbull because of his hand. He hurt his hand in the fight.
Yeah, he did.
It's not like he went in there with a damaged hand. He hurt his hand in the fight. Same thing when people try to say that Danny Garcia beat Lucas Matice because of his eye. Danny Garcia busted his eye.
Yeah, I seen, and I seen people say that shit about Abdullah Mason when he fought that Johan Vasquez dude. They were talking about, oh, if he didn't hurt his leg, he would have stopped Abdullah. Bro, Abdullah the reason why the nigga hurt his leg. Like, how can y'all discredit him for, how can you discredit Abdullah and say that he only won because of an injury when he's the one who caused the injury? He's the reason why that nigga was limping. He had to do with an uppercut. The dude felt awkward, tweaked his leg. That was Abdullah Mason's doing. So I just find that shit funny, bro. So let me see what's going on. Let me see the comments real quick, Lo. I appreciate
switching up.
you.
Tay, tell me how I be switching up.
Wait, who said that?
Somebody named Tay said I be switching up on different panels. Tell me how.
Damn, Tay, what happened? He trying to expose you, Lo. What he talking about?
I've said before on different panels that I think that I believe Tank beats all of them. It's not a given, like I said. There's a difference between being shocked. Being shocked if you beat somebody, like I said, if Tank lost to those guys, I wouldn't be surprised. But if I had to make a pick, I would pick Tank. Based on what I've seen.
Vision Boy said, Mazuma, so you think the deal with 7 fights without Heyman is fake? Bro, what is you talking about, bro? Who you talking about? What 7-fight deal? You talking about the Tank, John? I don't know if it's fake. But it sounds like, if he got a 7-fight deal and he say he retiring, in 2020, at the end of 2025, the nigga ain't even gonna make it past the deal. He gonna fight. What he said? He had a 7-fight deal. He had like 2 fights since then. So he gonna fight 5 times this year and retire? That shit not happening. I don't know.
Somebody in your panel, your chat, Ghost said, Mazuma, why is somebody so focused on the fighter getting hurt instead of talking good how they stayed? I got a good one from him. A lot of people like they be criticizing Abdullah Mason, right? Because he got dropped. They want to say he got a weak chin. You can't really say that. Those knockdowns, he did get dropped, but he didn't get dropped like he got a weak chin. Let's not forget Oscar De La Hoya early in his career, when he was a prospect, got dropped twice in the same fight by a dude named Giorgio Campanella. And Oscar De La Hoya turned out to be a fighter who demonstrated to have a solid chin. So, we can't just call this guy a weak chin fighter just because he got dropped in that fight early in his career.
And Abdullah Mason showed a whole lot in that fight. He showed me more in that fight than he showed in any of his fights previously put together. In my opinion, he showed that he could take a shot. You know what I mean? His legs wasn't wobbly or anything like that. He got right up and he responded like a seasoned fighter, bro. And it's crazy because in reality, he's not a seasoned fighter. He's still in the developmental process of his career. And he got up like nothing happened. You know what I mean? He stuck by his game plan. He stuck the way he boxed. And, he was able to get that shit back. And what's most important was he came up off of the canvas and then came back the next round and got the stoppage. What?
That's
like,
a Trinidad move.
How can you discredit that man? That man has showed you so much. That he's not even a fucking man. He's a kid. And that kid that showed you so much within that 2 rounds.
Tito Trinidad was doing that even before we seen Trinidad as a world champion. Trinidad was doing that early in his career. Trinidad been getting dropped early in fights. Been getting dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And we see what he did. He got up and knocked him out all the time. So it's not a knock on Abdullah Mason. There's a difference when somebody gets knocked down and you see them wobble, And then in some instances, you might see a fighter early in their career get dropped or wobbled, and then everybody want to continue to call them chinny. Sometimes when you move up in weight and you start growing into your natural weight or close to it, your punch resistance gets better. Take Mikey Garcia, for instance. He got dropped early by
he got dropped at by Rocky Martinez, I think.
There you go. And then he took everything from Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
Miguel Cotto got dropped he got wobbled by Chop Corley, right? He took everything Shane Mosley hit him with. He took shots from Canelo.
Yeah, it's a
When
great
he
point.
got dropped by Manny, once again, that was a fight where Cotto was also kind of weight drained, and that was also a shot that he didn't see. So you can't just call a fighter chinny just because he's been dropped. There's a difference. A lot of guys are chinny. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna label Abdullah Mason as chinny just because he got dropped twice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that neither. Wait, what's going on? There's something going on in the chat.
Yeah, Tay's arguing with somebody.
You're arguing with Slime. Well, what's the problem? Tay was the one that said you be switching up on streams. Did Tay say how?
Nah, he arguing with everybody else now.
Yo, Tay, stick to the topic, man. Forget about what everybody else talking about for now. How low be switching up on these streams, man? You gotta tell me what's going on. Let me know. Cause I do be seeing low on different streams, but it seems like low be pretty consistent with what he be talking about.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
I'll be on other channels that support TO heavy, and even I be going back and forth with them because I don't agree with everything. You know what I mean? Some people agree with everything. I don't agree with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Can't. Even with Tito Trinidad, my favorite fighter of all time, I don't like how he retired. You know what I mean? He retired. He did the same thing Nassim did. He lost to B-Hop. He came back. He took a soft touch and then retired. He
Let's
came
let's
back.
let's address this. Since Abdullah is getting knocked out, bro, he is like Boots, talented, but there are flaws. Okay, Too Rich, I got a question. What fighter is out today that's not flawed? Who's a fighter today that because you comparing Abdullah to Boots, right? That's cool. Talented, but there are flaws. Name a fighter today that's not flawed.
Every fighter has flaws.
He says that's true. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, all these dudes is this the reality of the situation. And I've been in boxing for many years. Everybody's flawed. When I was boxing, I had flaws. I look at every fighter today, and people be so shocked when I say this. Every fighter has flaws. They all do things that not everybody does everything 100% correct. This is the hardest sport in the world. So of course, these motherfuckers is gonna do some shit wrong or gonna have to go back to the lab to tune up on some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation. So based off of your lot, bro, anybody could get knocked out too. We seen some of the niggas with the most sturdiest chins get knocked out. Like these things do happen. Your favorite fighter can get knocked out if they haven't already. Tank could get
This is what
knocked
I
out.
would say.
Shakur could get knocked out. Boots could get knocked out. Bro, these niggas not superhumans, bro. You know
Every fighter is flawed, but this is what I do gotta say, believe it or not, bro. Fighters are more flawed now than back in the day. You see, there's not too many fighters that have the all-time great style that can just adjust to anything. We haven't really seen that too much. And when you think about the all-time greats, I'm talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, I'm talking about Roberto Duran, Floyd Mayweather, those type of fighters right there, like they were special. They were on a different level. And it's not me being nostalgia biased because I'm an old school dude. But the truth is, a lot of fighters today are not as skilled as back in the days. I don't know if it's the teachers, the trainers, I don't know what it is. And when I go to the gym and I talk to the young fighters, I always tell them, always watch the old school fighters, learn from them. A lot of moves you don't see fighters doing no more.
We got Too Rich just joining. He's trying to join the StreamYard. You got to show your face before we get on here. We don't just let anybody come on here. You got to show your face. Let us know who you is. Then we let you on. And it says device is not connected, so he left. So it is what it is. But
Yeah,
go
but
ahead, bro. You said you were telling the young dudes.
I always give advice to the young fighters, and I always tell them, "Yo, watch the old school dudes. There are a lot of things people don't do nowadays. You don't see fighters hooking off the jab. You don't see fighters check hooking. You don't see them sticking, flicking, feinting. What I mean by that, people just use the same jab. They'll just shoot the jab like a spear. They'll shoot it. You know what I mean? They'll stick it, but you got to flick it sometimes. You got to feint it. You got to hook off it. You got to check hook. check hook off it, feign that you're going up and go down to the stomach. A lot of fighters don't do these things. That's why once again we see a lot of fighters that don't know how to cut the ring off. They just know how to fight off the back foot and be pretty with the counter punching skills, right? Pernell Whitaker was known for being a slick boxer, but when it was time for Pernell Whitaker to cut the ring off, when he fought this Cuban Olympian, right before he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he had to walk the dude down and get him out of there, which is something we never seen Pernell use, that type of style. When Sugar Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns and Tommy Hearns got on the back foot, Sugar Ray Leonard had to cut the ring off, and he did it effectively. We haven't seen that from today's fighters. If they're just known for being a counterpuncher, and once it's time to cut the ring off, they look lost. We've seen it with Teal. We've seen it with Shakur. We've seen it with Devin. We've seen it with Boots. And then you got some fighters that know how to cut the ring off. They know how to come forward, but they don't know how to fight going backwards. Take Lomachenko. As great as Lomachenko is, Lomachenko doesn't fight good off the back foot. Lomachenko is not the best counterpuncher. He knows how to give you head feints and give you angles. But when he's moving back, he just moves back. He doesn't know how to counter off the body shots. When he fought Devin, when he fought Tio, when he fought what's the other dude, the Mexican guy that beat him, every time they were going to his body, all he was doing was covering up. He wasn't countering. He wasn't bending his knees and catching the punches with his elbow and coming back with uppercuts and hooks. You don't got too many fighters today that do everything. That's the thing. That's why more fighters are flawed now than back in the day.
That's a great point. I'm hearing that motherfucking fire alarm again. About to be no fucking fire in my motherfucking.
Where's coming from outside?
Somebody cooking, and whatever they cooking, them niggas is burning. Shit kind of pissing me off.
Yeah, Salido. Doing the chat says Salido. Orlando Salido, exactly. When Orlando Salido was going to Lomachenko's body, he wasn't doing nothing but covering up and jumping back. Even when Devin fought Lomachenko, right? That was a close fight. Could have gone either way. But Lomachenko, one thing Lomachenko did wrong in that fight was he had no answers for the body shots. If Lomachenko would have had answers for the body shots, he would have beaten Devin. Lomachenko had no answer for the body shots at all. He just jumps back. That's why I give Keyshawn a good shot against Lomachenko, because he don't like body shots.
Shout out to the 50 people that's in the building, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. We over here having some great boxing conversations. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get into some open topics, man. What y'all want to talk about before we head on out, man? We've been on here for almost 2 hours. Appreciate my boy Lo coming through and showing love. You had work today, Lo?
I worked early. I got out of at 11 o'clock. I'm about to sign off in a minute and finish watching Cobra Kai and call it a night. You never watched Cobra Kai?
What happened?
You never seen Cobra Kai?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it, no.
Have you seen The Karate Kid?
Yeah.
All of them?
No.
I'm not talking about the Will Smith, Jaden. I'm talking about the original Karate Kid.
No.
Damn, bro. I forgot. You were a 2000s baby, right?
90s.
90s, late 90s.
Watch
90s. All 3 Karate Kid movies and then watch Cobra Kai.
All right. You said, wait, DM me that shit. Can you send me the titles on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the movie first. You gotta watch the movies to understand the story. Yeah, but I'm gonna get off right now, man.
All right, bro. All right, no problem.
All right, stay up. I'm gonna DM you the movies.
Yeah. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Wow. All right. So they told me to answer my boy Go787's question. He said, what do you think about Xander's team wanting Fundora next? It looks like Top ranks 1 to 2. They posted his highlights with the caption, give him the shot already. Well, that's Top rank, and you know that they feel like their fighter has what it takes to defeat Sebastian Fundora. They see flaws in Sebastian Fundora, apparently, and they feel like Xander Zayas, with the tools that he has, can, foil Fundora's plans of, retaining his titles. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. I think that's a great fight. I think Fundora does present some problems for Xander Zayas, but at the same time, I can see why Xander Zayas can, give Fundora some problems or may possibly even beat him. You feel what I mean? Xander Zayas is extremely active, y'all. His volume is insane. He punches in combinations. He goes to the head and the body real well. He got some respectable pop. To me, Xander isn't this one-punch knockout artist in all honesty, and neither is Fundora, if we being honest. I think he's an accumulative puncher and a precise puncher. You see what I mean? So with the precision that he has specifically to the body, he could probably do something with Fundora. But if they're fighting in a phone booth, I guess you would say, I could see how Fundora may have some success because that pretty much is his bread and butter. But at the same time, he's bound to get lit up by Xander Zayas. So that's an intriguing matchup. They feel like they have the formula to defeat Fundora. Otherwise, Top Rank wouldn't invest all this money in Xander Zayas and then put him up against Fundora, to come up short and fuck their investment up. So they genuinely feel like he could beat Fundora. You feel what I'm saying? So that's exactly why they pushing for it. And they feel like, I guess they feeling like Bruce Carrington is ready too, because all they've been doing is attempted to associate Shushu Carrington's name with the champions that's at 126 pounds right now. They feel like he's ready as well. So, they're slowly but surely turning them prospects that they had at one point into contenders. And once they get them contenders to a point where they feel like they're ready, they're trying to shoot them towards world titles. Xander better watch out for Fundora elbows. Yeah, them elbows shitty sharp. In my opinion, based off eye test, Xander not beating no guys in the top 10. So you don't got him beating not one top 10 guy at 154 pounds. Xander Zayas can't beat not one person in the top 10. Let's take a look. Let's look at BoxRec's rankings. This is an action-packed division. So we got Bud, Mordazaliev, Virgil, Madrimov, Xander's number 5, according to BoxRec. Bohachuk, Charles Conwell, Jorge Garcia Perez. I don't even know who that dude is. Let's take a look. He's 32-4. I don't know. Xander might get him. But I mean, it is what it is. He's in an action-packed division. Oh, man. Ghost said, Mazuma, did you see Xander get stunned? How sharp his defense was after that was telling me he regrouped fast and was aware. Yeah, I definitely seen him get hurt. I did a live fight reaction to Xander Zayas' fight with, Spalmer. You know what I'm saying? Spalmer landed a good, it was an overhand right on Xander's chin, and Xander, he buckled for a little second, but he recovered quite quick. So that let me know he got a sturdy chin, for one. Two, he has great conditioning, because when you're in great shape, you can recover from being hurt fairly quickly. And he didn't show any effects of being hurt after the fact. You feel what I mean? And he definitely was a little bit more tighter on his defense after the fact, but Xander was still getting hit with some stuff. And I noticed that Xander is more liable to getting hit when he's not punching. You know what I mean? When he's being stationary and, he's not establishing his offense, he's there to be hit. So, Xander just got to take it upon himself to be as busy as possible, punching combinations. And when he's shooting, at least keep his opposite hand up tight. You feel what I mean? Because that was the reason why he had led with like a fucking right uppercut. And his left hand was down. And the dude shot an overhand right over and beat him to the punch and buckles Xander. So hopefully he learned from that. He go back and, do some repetitions with just shooting shots with his opposite hand up high to avoid the counters. You feel me? So, yeah. Yo, that fire alarm is going off again. Bro, what the fuck are they doing? Bro, what the fuck? Who is this? Oh yeah, pack him up. Pack him up. This nigga wildin'. Get him the fuck up out of here. This is actually a good question right here. I recently saw a video on road work and how it's changed from back in the day. Do you still apply some old school methods when training your fighters? I'm an advocate of road work. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I know exactly who it is. Anonymous, that's crazy. But you know, y'all was calling it in the group chat anyway, so we already had our antennas locked in on that motherfucker. But anyway, I'm a strong advocate of road work. You know what I'm saying? I feel like fighters should be running at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. You feel what I mean? So every other day, I feel like they should be running, and they definitely should be recording some sprints as well. You know, I got a history of taking my guys to trails where, you know, they get that road work in and, you know, running uphill and going downhill and things of that nature just to, you know, variate their heart rate and things of that nature. I got a history of taking them guys to the track and getting sprints in, you know what I mean? Doing uphill sprints and everything. I really feel like that's a strong part of your training. I think it enhances your conditioning very well. And when you look at some of the guys who have had, you know, the best gas tanks in the sport, you know, they've participated in road work. Now it seems like nowadays, you know, science is more involved with these guys' training methods. I've heard Victor Conte say that road work is useless. You feel what I'm saying? Look at this. Get him up out of here. But anyways, I've heard Victor Conte, who's somebody who is a part of boxing, owns Snack and things of that nature, who has a scientific approach to the game, has said that, you know, road work is useless and how it develops slow twitch fibers and everything like that. He says it's more hurtful than helpful. And he says that high interval training is the new method. He says that high interval training is what's going to get a fighter in top condition. So essentially, you know, like he'll have, you know, guys like on he'll have them guys on like what's them Jones called? They're not ellipticals, but it's like those treadmills that are shaped like this, like a U. And like he would just full out sprint, and they'll full out sprint for like 30 seconds, stop, then go again. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what's taking like a lot, you know, high interval training. You feel what I mean? That's what he believes is gonna get fighters conditioning, you know, top tier. You feel what I mean? And if that's the approach he want to take, that's his prerogative. And I'm sure he got this, you know, he got his reasonings. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Self-running treadmills. Yeah, that's probably what it's called. I'm sure there's another name for it, but yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Also, what the fuck was I going to say? But I also feel like road work isn't only just good for conditioning, but I also think that it also is great for pushing the mind. You know what I mean? I heard Tyson Fury say how, you know, at least one time out of the week, he'll do a long distance run. He says that he doesn't do it for the, you know, the cardio aspect or the conditioning aspect, but to strengthen the mind. You feel what I mean? So I think road work has its benefits, you know, with conditioning and, you know, your strengthening your mindset. That's just my opinion. Yeah, bro. Like I could smell like the food burning, cuz. Like I don't know what the fuck niggas is doing in here. Like this shit kind of crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, the curve treadmill. Big Soldier MX said Greg lost. Yeah. Yeah, the Trolls just coming in today. The Trolls took a couple days off, but they back in the building. You feel me? It is what it is. What can I do? We packing them niggas up. You know, it take them a lot longer to make an account than it take for us to block them. So if they want to waste their time doing that, it is what it is. Mazuma TV's graveyard is lengthy. You know, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in that Mazuma TV graveyard. That's not going to be dug up anytime soon. So, hey, keep making them accounts, nigga. Yeah, we got our graveyard is lengthy for sure. R3 says, what you think about Xander's performance? And who do you like to see him fight? And to be honest, I don't think he's ready yet for any of the 154 champs. I do think that Xander Zayas got a little bit more fine-tuning to do. That's just my personal opinion. What do I think of his performance? I thought it was a pretty good performance. Like, to be real with you, he was pretty consistent with, you know, going to the body. That shit paid dividends off at the end. You know, some of them was shot low, but to be fair, you know, the dude's belt line was very skinny, so it was hard to differentiate between it being a fair shot and a low shot. Combination punching was good. You know, like I said, went to the body well. He had a lot of success, man. He out-hustled the dude and slowly but surely broke him down in the later rounds. So he did what he needed to do, and, you know, that was his most formidable opponent to date, and he was able to get the stoppage. So, you know, if I had to give him a rating, I'm going to give him a solid B. I'm not going to give him a B-. I'm not going to give him a B+. I think he got some tuning up to do in terms of defense. But besides that, I think that he's progressing really well. He's progressing really well. I'm going to just say that. You know what I'm saying? I like how he's maturing as a fighter, and he may not be ready for the champions at 54 yet. But you get that kid some more time, he might do some damage, y'all. He might do some damage. But at this point right now, Xander's confident in his abilities to fight the champions now. Otherwise, he wouldn't be calling them out. Ooh, Go 787 said Charles Conwell called Xander out, and if he doesn't get Fundora, I'll like that fight after. I like both fighters. He not ready for Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell a little bit too much for Xander. That's a terrible style matchup for Xander, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. 200 plus at the Mazuma graveyard. That's a fact. There's some weird shit going on in here, boy. Hold on, y'all. There's some weird shit going on. Hold up. You called him out on X. Okay. He said Boots just took off his profile pic. He locked in. What he put? What's his profile pic? I mean, he definitely locked in. This is the biggest fight of his career, and this is his first opportunity to beat a legitimate champion. He was given his first belt by the IBF. You know, he ain't satisfied with that. And if that don't show you that Boots is a real fighter, you know what I mean? Because there's some people that, you know, would have been happy with receiving a belt and riding off into the sunset. You know, Boots not satisfied with being handed a belt. He want to take a belt off a motherfucker. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? You got to respect Boots for that. He locked in, and he looking to make this the biggest, you know, the best performance of his career. How can you be mad at that? You don't think Xander beats Tim Tszyu? I don't know, man. I think y'all underestimating Xander just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like he can't beat like Charles Conwell and all these other big names, cool. But like, come on, dog. We seen Tim Tszyu. Let's not act like Tim Tszyu is fucking impenetrable. He could be beat. Xander might outwork Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu don't throw punches like Xander. Xander throw punches in bunches. I was counting how many times this dude only threw one punch, and it was very, very few. He got a full-on black profile pic. Okay. I mean, that could be him just changing his profile pic, but I can see why you interpret it that way. Xander might fuck Tim Tszyu up, especially this current version of Tim Tszyu. I don't know. I think you underestimate Xander a little bit. But like I said, in my personal opinion, I think Xander got a little bit more work to do. Xander just tuned up his defense a little bit. He could do something. I would like to see Xander use angles more too, man. Because I feel like, especially when Xander got motherfuckers up against the ropes, he'll throw combinations and then he'll stay directly on the line, bro. Like, you know, of course you want to go back to your defense after you punch, but I think it's a lot more of a safer bet because Xander the type, he'll go, wah, 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 wah. And then he'll go like this, or he'll like bring his hands back up. Instead, I would like to see him, wah, 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 wah. And then he'll create an angle, come off to this side, bang, 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 bang. Like I would like to see him create angles more and not leave himself on the line for motherfuckers to get the opportunity to counter him. So instead of, and if, you know, look, man, if you, he throw that left hook a lot. Yeah. I like how Xander ends his combinations with the lead hand, though, because it puts him back in position. But, yeah, I need to see him doubling and tripling up on his jab more because the only time I really seen him shoot single shots was when he was jabbing. You see what I mean? Like he if he lead with the right hand, he going to bring that left hook around. He going to try to dig to the body, all that good shit. But whenever he'll jab, it will just be pop, pop, pop. No, I need to see pop, 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 pop. You see what I'm saying? I want to see him use that a little bit more to open up. And he already got good offense. So if he get his jab on the beam, the combinations, I think, will be a lot more devastating. That's just my opinion. But like what I was trying to say, and the reason why I'm getting up is he'll come in. Let's say he got somebody against the ropes, and he come up, boom, boom, boom. And then he'll stay right here. He'll probably roll underneath, but like he'll still stay right here. I would like to see him boom, 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 boom. Something. You know what I'm saying? Or at least step on some Earl Spence shit, go boom, 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 and then step off to the left, boom, boom, then step around, boom, 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 boom. I would like to see him do that more. Create angles and make his opponents keep resetting their feet. Tell you talking about what you think about Big Diaper Anderson. I spoke on that shit earlier. Looked like he didn't want to be there. Don't look motivated. You know, just, I don't know. He in his own little world. And it don't seem like boxing is something he cared about too much. I feel like he only do it because he's good at it. But that's the thing. Like, I heard Marcos Maidana say that. But at least he gave them training camps his all. He worked his ass off. And, you know, he gave it his all every time he went in the ring. It's like it's like Jared Anderson, like he don't care, bro. Like he don't care. And like, I don't know if I respect that, bro. As a matter of fact, I don't respect that. You know what I mean? Because you could be, you know, burnt out with boxing, but you know, you still want to, you know, win. It's like he lacks the competitive drive. It's like he lazy. He lazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. He got to get his shit together. I was saying earlier that he needs to find something within him that'll push him to actually, you know, want to do something with boxing. And if not, you know what I mean? You might as well, you know, cash out a couple more times and get the fuck up out of the sport. Yeah, he said that he only he only in it for the money. He don't really care about boxing. Or if that's bro, even if that's the case, you still gotta put that work in order to get those big money fights. And once you get them big money fights, world titles is gonna be involved. That's the reality. Thoughts on Nico Ali Walsh moving forward? That nigga keep getting that nigga keep getting stung. He keep getting stung by the bee, man. I don't know, man. That nigga, he need to go ahead and Top Rank need to go ahead and remove him. You know what I'm saying? Need to get him the fuck up out of here because you know, they keep trying to push, oh, this is Ali's grandson. Okay, first of all, okay, he could be Ali's grandson, but he not Ali. I mean, y'all keep talking about how this nigga floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, and oh my God, he does the Ali shuffle just like his grandfather. Oh my God, look at this picture with Ali and Nico, you know, a few years back. Oh my God, this guy comes from the loin of greatness. It's like, bro, this nigga's ass. That nigga is ass. You feel me? Peg him the fuck up. Get him the fuck up out of boxing. No, don't even get him out of boxing. A nigga want to keep boxing. That's his right. I ain't never going to tell nobody that. Pack him the fuck up and get him the fuck out of Top Rank so y'all can have some room to spend some money on some motherfuckers who actually deserve a top rate contract. Like, y'all not going to make the money that y'all planning on making with the motherfucker, bro. Nico, you should have took that payday with Jake Paul. Y'all remember that shit? Jake Paul was trying to rumble him. Jake Paul was trying to rumble him, and I heard that it was a multi-million-dollar deal. He turned it down because he said he not part of that circus. Nigga, you should have been. Because I'll tell you what, you ain't going to see that money again. Shit, go ahead and hit Jake Paul up and see if he go see if he's still, you know, he's still offering something because, you know what I'm saying, Jake Paul fight fell out with Canelo. He probably looking for somebody. You might as well go ahead and reach out to Jake Paul and try to get you that bag because that's probably going to be your last shit. That's going to be your last opportunity, cuz. This nigga Nico said, yeah, I turned down the money. That's how you know Nico got bread. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, man, yeah, I turned down that fight. You know what I mean? Like, try to say, like, he true to the sport. He a real fighter. All right, you may be a real fighter, but you ass. There's a lot of real fighting motherfuckers out here that's trash. You one of them. And it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have been a solid nigga on a small promotional company. You probably would have been the nicest nigga in a small promotional company. But you know what I'm saying? Them pants too big for you to fill, cuz over at Top Rank. All them niggas better than you over there. You probably the worst nigga that they got that they building up right now. And a lot of them actually earn their spot there. Nigga, you know what I mean? You got that Ali last name, so you got a little bit of privilege. And you kind of got the complexion. You got like a nigga got a Jewish nose with the cornrow. Like you a confusing looking nigga, man. You a real confusing nigga. You got the cornrows. You got the Jewish nose. You look white, but you like I don't know. He a weird looking nigga. Jahi Tucker, he showed me more than Nico though. Like Jahi, he ain't all that, but I mean he showed me dog, and he done came back in fights, but I think Jahi problem, he got too much dog. He don't know when to turn that shit off. But Nico, nigga ass chips, cuz. Off topic, but KSI or Dylan Dennis. Who gives a fuck, bro? That's a circus. If anything's a circus, that's a circus. Dylan Dennis got cooked by Logan Paul, and now he about to fight KSI. I don't know, man. I kind of be hoping and wishing that these niggas be beating these little YouTubers up. But these YouTubers be getting off on these MMA niggas, dog. I don't know. KSI probably a fuck Dylan up. I don't know. But they all pussy. I could care less. So I was so happy with my boy, the content creator, Slayer, Tommy Fury, came out of the woodworks to beat the shit out of Jake Paul and KSI. Oh, yeah, he goated. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel. If you can hit the like button on the way out, that'll be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? We had a great live, man. Shout out to my boy Low Nose Boxer for coming through and having conversations with your boy. You see what I mean? We had some great viewership today as well, man. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until then, this is Mazuma TV, Marcus Rosa. You know what I'm saying? And just to let you guys know, man, again, MazumaMerch.com, man. Hit MazumaMerch.com. Check out, see what you like, man. If y'all guys want a different colorway with that, with a certain, collection that I have on there, let me know. I can make it possible for you. I got a 10% off discount code, bro. At checkout, put Mazuma TV, and you'll get 10% off each and every item that is on the website, man. You feel what I mean? But that's my spiel for the night, man. I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that one. Until then, this is Mazuma TV. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm out of here, man. Peace.